Hey, how's it going? I'm your host for the next 31 days, Jay Boogeyman. Now, this is not a typical review video. None of these will be. I'm just gonna chat it up a bit about my favorite horror movies. The review videos has been done to death here on YouTube. So you can check out one of these other videos for that. Yes, the crisp, cool air of autumn. Yeah, it's October, and you know what that means. 31 days of Halloween. Or, as I like to call it, 31 days of horror. So this is not my least favorite horror movie, but it's the one that christens in October. And that is... yes, Halloween. I love this franchise. I love the character Michael Myers. I've always have. Long time fan. And it's funny to note when John Carpenter first originally wrote the script, it was basically a sequel to Black Christmas. And also, when he first developed the script, it was actually set over a course of a couple days. It was called The Babysitter Killer, which I thought that was kind of a unique title. Out of the whole series, what I recommend to watch is obviously the first classic original Halloween. It's very iconic. I like everything about this film, how Michael is portrayed as this mysterious supernatural killing force. There's not a lot of things that I do not dislike about this movie. I think there's about only like two things. One of them was, when I was a kid, I always had a problem with when Michael Myers stole the infamous mask and the alarms going off. Nobody arrested him. It's kind of like nobody was in town that day or something. And two, who taught Michael Myers how to drive? Wait, I know, don't comment. It's obvious. He was a supernatural killing force, so it's obvious it was Satan. No. It's just one of those things that I just kind of irked me as a kid, even to this day. But other than that, the film, the original Halloween itself is fantastic, and I watch it every year around this time. Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, I watch as well. It's one of my other favorite movies. And it's funny here to note too, John Carpenter said that Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 was supposed to be this gigantic one movie. Another one out of the franchise that I do enjoy is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Now, a lot of people do not like this, and I'll be honest with you, when I was a kid, I did not like this film at all. I didn't get it. Where's Michael Myers? But years later, after we found out that the Halloween franchise was supposed to be based on unfortunate events during Halloween, it wasn't supposed to be centered around Michael Myers or anything like that, so that was kind of... Halloween 3 was such a flop, they decided to bring Michael Myers back. And I actually took the element of Halloween out of the equation, and as I watched it just as Season of the Witch, I kind of really appreciate that film. It's as its own film, it's a very unique horror movie, and I like it a lot. So I don't know if I should put this under the franchise, because me being me, I kind of like separate that from the rest of the Halloween series, and it's really a good film. Now, other than that, I think all the rest of the films just kind of had this downward spiral, and they really made Michael Myers into this like cheap cliche. I mean, the rest of the films, I just felt like it just destroyed the franchise. But 2007 marked a new beginning of the franchise, and director-writer Rob Zombie took helm of his own version of Halloween, Which is kind of funny to note here also is his first movie was supposed to be 2 chapters. One in the beginning of the year, and the second half was supposed to come out later that year. And the chapter 1 of Halloween was supposed to be just young Michael. Chapter 2 was supposed to be all the classic Halloween we all know and love. The studio didn't really want this, so he had to jam pack both movies in like one. It's obvious to note here, this remake, this reincarnation of Halloween is very polarizing. You got a lot of people that hate it, you got a lot of people that love it. I, for one, love it. It's not, a continuation or anything to do with the original franchise. It's its own independent entity of a new franchise of Michael Myers. And, these people have the same argument time and time again. It's either the tone of the movie, the grotesque violence and all that, the language of the film, the aspect of the white trash family, and the fact that what Rob Zombie did with the Michael Myers character was he took all the supernatural elements out of it, the mystery out of Michael Myers, and he fleshed out the character, and he made it into a reality-based person. And I really enjoyed that. I kind of tend to gravitate towards those realistic type of movies. No, don't get me wrong. I love John Carpenter's version. I love the original Supernatural, the force, the mystery of what Michael Myers was, represents, all that. But there's a different part of me that loves what Rob Zombie did with the character, because I kind of feel like you can literally sit back and watch the 6 o'clock news and say shit and actually see stuff like that. And that brings me to the white trash element of the family. A lot of people say, oh, that's not realistic, these characters are not believable. It's like, where the fuck do you live? I've known people like that. I've met families like that. It kind of makes you skin crawling and shit like that. But it's like, that family is believable. It's realistic. There are people out there like that talk like that interact with one another like that, and it's like, it's very real. It's scary. But people have a problem with that. It's like, well, you kind of have to base the background with the this Michael Myers, how it's based on reality rather than a supernatural, fictional killing force. Moving on, I really recommend watching the remake as well. So in 2009, Rob Zombie set out to make a sequel to his remake, Halloween 2, or dubbed H2. Now, a lot of people were confused. Was this a remake from the original Halloween 2? And it's not. It's just a continuation from his franchise. And here again, this film received a lot and lots of hate. And here again, I got people saying, they didn't like the movie because of the tone of the movie. It was too dark. It was too mean-spirited. And then here again, we got people complaining about the characters. Oh, they're unbelievable. Everybody's pricks and blah, blah, blah. Which, I totally get it. A lot of those characters were not likable in this film. But seeing the trauma unfold and, everything from the last film continue to unfold from this film, I kind of see why. So it's like, oh, okay, I get it. A lot of people complain about hobo Michael Myers. Michael Myers in this one appears in hobo clothes with a hoodie, long hair, long beard, just ragged clothes. And a lot of people complain about this. I always wondered what Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, Michael Myers does in between killing people. I'm like, where are they? It provoked the memory in me. It was like during the Reagan years, during the 80s when I was a kid, that Reagan like shut down like a lot of mental hospitals, and a lot of these patients did not have like families, so they just got pushed on the streets. And I just remember my mom saying some of these people like killed a lot of people and they're living on the streets now. So that corresponding with me thinking, what does Jason and Michael Myers and people do besides killing? Well, there you go. They're Michael Myers is just wandering the woods and streets as a homeless person. Now, the one thing that I do disagree about this film in its entirety is Michael Myers eating a raw dog. He kills a dog and eats it. I'm like, I get it. He's homeless. He has no money. I get it. But even with a mental disorder, I think somebody would kill an animal and cook it. I don't think nobody would eat it raw. And one of the things that actually hurt this film, I mean, in the beginning, why a lot of people refused to watch it, because of the old school fans from the original Halloween did not like Halloween, the remake Halloween, so they didn't go to see this. But there was a lot more hate for this film, because before it even came out, there was this huge like MySpace / blog space rumor that Michael Myers talked throughout the whole movie, and that kind of hurt the film at the box office, I believe, because there's people that I know personally to this day that refuses to watch it, like, oh, Myers don't talk, I'm not watching this bullshit. And it's like, I don't know how the rumor got started, but there was one scene in the original cut where Michael Myers, when he stabs Dr. Loomis at the end of the movie, he says die. And that is it. Somehow that got twisted into, oh my god, Michael Myers talks to the whole movie. And there was, I remember there was one Pacific blog page that says, Myers don't talk, or Myers don't speak, or something like that. And these people just claim they already seen the movie, they lived in LA, he talks to the whole fucking shit, and all this fucking crap. And I think that's one of the reasons why it hurt at the box office. But I actually do recommend this movie. It's really raw, it's really in your face. There's a couple things that everybody picks about these two films, and it's usually the same thing. Also including in the Ice too is the white horse. They piss and moan about that. It's like, well, it's symbolic about, you know, and it all ties in. Just watch the movie, you'll get it. And it's also like a psychological move. And sorry we didn't. And same way with Deborah Myers coming back. Everybody's like, why does Rob Zombie have to put his wife in every fucking movie? She didn't need to be back. It's like, well, you know, it's that time of year and that light bulb goes off on Michael Myers, and of course he's gonna see his mom. Why not? Kind of like the Norman Bates story, you know? But to all these people that just kind of just shit on this film and doesn't have like a really logical reason to, because as just films, they're fucking done wonderfully. A lot of these scene setups are awesome. The actors did their jobs. The writing, you know, it's a couple of things could have been tweaked here and there, but I liked it overall. You know, these people I just keep on pissing on these two films. I always say, like any other film, they just, instead of just having an adult conversation about it, and they just say, "Oh, this fucking shit sucks. This is garbage." Blah blah blah. You don't want to explain why. That's cool. This is what you do. Write a script. Get a casting call. Get some cast. Shoot your own version of Halloween. Post it on YouTube. Or get financial aid and get it directly on DVD so I can rent it. And then I'm going to comment on your film. So, as Halloween 1st is here, I really recommend watching these Halloween films to bring in October. So my suggestion today is Halloween 1, Halloween 2. And if you want to really watch Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, do it. And please keep in mind, Michael Myers is not in this film, but as its own entity, it's a great movie. I really recommend it. And then we're going to jump to the remake of Halloween and H2, Halloween 2 in 2009. Those are the films I recommend. I recommend avoiding the rest. But if you want to venture out and watch these other sequels to the franchise, be my guest. So don't forget to subscribe, because we got 31 days of 31 movies to suggest. Hit that like button, hit that dislike button. It's all the same to me. And make a comment. Do you like Halloween? Do you like the Michael Myers character? And which Michael Myers do you prefer? Do you prefer the original or the remake? Or even both like me? Comment below. And as we get ready to watch this film, grab your popcorn, grab your pizza, grab your sodas, grab your waters, pop in that Blu-ray, pop in that DVD, pop in that Laserdisc, pop that VHS tape in, sit back, and let's enjoy Halloween and Michael Myers.